How do you become the best version of yourself in the new year? What if I told you that this question is the key not only to success, but also to deep inner peace? Do you want to learn how to live each day with clarity, discipline, and confidence? Do you want to free yourself from the chaos of the past and move forward with indomitable power? Then you've come to the right place. Today we're going to talk about how to become the best version of yourself in 2025. But not just become better. Gain that inner strength that makes life meaningful and powerful. We'll draw on the wisdom of Stoicism, a philosophy that has survived millennia and still helps people live consciously and resiliently. Think about it. How many promises did you make to yourself last year? How many of them remained empty words? How many times have you put your dreams on hold for tomorrow, waiting for the perfect moment? 2025 will be different. I'm going to show you 5 simple yet powerful principles that the Stoics used to surpass themselves. These rules will change your life if you let them. You'll learn to stay cool in the face of challenges. Learn to act with determination even when doubt creeps into your mind. And most importantly, you'll become the person you've always dreamed of being. You may be thinking, but what am I learning? Haven't I been told about self-discipline and motivation thousands of times? Yes, that is true. But Stoicism speaks not only of action, but also of how to view the world. It is a philosophy not only of success, but also of peace, which no money can buy. I ask you, stay tuned, because each of the 5 principles I'm going to talk about will be more than just advice. It will be a challenge to you. A challenge to get above your fears, above your weaknesses. Are you ready to accept this challenge? If yes, then get ready. This video will be your first step in making 2025 the year of change. Real change that starts not with promises, but with actions. So grab a cup of tea, sit back and focus. In front of you are 5 Stoic guidelines that will help you become the best version of yourself. 5 steps that will get you to where you've always dreamed of being. Your new life begins right now. 1. Choose one main goal. Many of us start the new year with a long list of goals. We want to earn more money, get healthier, learn a new language, read more books, and so on. But by mid-year, most of these goals remain unattained because we're trying to accomplish everything at once. The Stoics teach us to concentrate. A man who chases 2 birds will catch neither, said an ancient Chinese philosopher, and the Stoics would agree. To achieve something great, you have to choose one main goal and devote yourself to it completely. Why is one goal more important than many? Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Adjust your behavior so that every action leads to a single goal." This idea is especially relevant in today's world, where we are constantly distracted. When you choose too many goals, your energy becomes scattered. You try to be successful in all directions, but you lose focus. However, by choosing one goal, you direct all your efforts in one direction. It's like sunlight that becomes a laser if you focus it. How do you choose a primary goal? Choosing one goal is not just a matter of desires. It's a matter of priorities. The Stoics advised asking yourself several questions. What matters most to my life? What goal, if I achieve it, will change everything else? What is my greatest challenge, overcoming which will make me stronger? Your answer to these questions is what will become your biggest goal. Take a piece of paper and write down all the goals you want to accomplish in 2025. Then highlight the 3 most important ones. And from those 3, choose the one that matters most to you. Dedicate yourself to that goal completely. When you've chosen your top goal, make a promise to yourself in 2025. This will be your top priority. Anything that doesn't help you achieve this goal should be put on the back burner. Marcus Aurelius said, "Remember that time is a limited resource. Don't waste it on unimportant things." For example, if your goal is to launch your business, you must be willing to give up entertainment that doesn't contribute to achieving it. This is not a sacrifice, but an investment of your time and energy in something important. Break the goal down into milestones. Big goals can seem daunting. That's why it's important to break them down into milestones. Each milestone should be specific, measurable, and achievable. For example, if your goal is to lose 10 pounds, the first stage might be start walking 10,000 steps a day. Then add exercise, improve your nutrition, and monitor your progress. The Stoics believe that small steps lead to big results. Each day dedicated to your goal brings you closer to success. Don't forget the Stoic attitude. Many people give up on their goals because of failure. They make a mistake and think all is lost. The Stoics, on the other hand, taught every mistake is a chance to learn and keep going. Epictetus said, "When you fall down, get up again." In 2025, embrace this principle. It doesn't matter how many times you make a mistake. What matters is that you keep going forward. Choosing one main goal is an act of awareness and strength. It's an opportunity to focus your energy and achieve something truly meaningful. In 2025, don't strive to achieve everything. Choose what matters most to you and focus all your efforts on it. Let this year be the time when you prove to yourself that you are capable of more. Remember, your focus determines your success. Set your mind on one goal, and you'll be surprised how far it will take you. 2. Learn to control what is in your power. How often do we waste time and energy on things we can't change? We get annoyed because it's raining, frustrated by other people's behavior, or worry about a past that can no longer be rewritten. It's all a battle against the wind, endless and futile. The Stoics said, "There are only two kinds of things in life, those we can control and those we can't." Epictetus explained it simply. Our opinions, aspirations, desires, aversions, and actions are in our power. Everything else is beyond our control. Why is this important? Because every time you focus on what you can't change, you give away your power. Imagine you're stuck in traffic and angry at the cars around you. How does that help you get to your destination faster? Or you're upset about something someone said about you behind your back. Will your anger be able to change those words? Of course not. But what if instead you learn to focus on what is in your power? How would your life change if you put all that energy into what really matters? Here are the key steps to put this principle into action. Identify your circles of influence. Draw 2 circles. In the inner one, put everything you can control, your thoughts, actions, words, habits. In the outer one, everything that is out of your control, other people's decisions, weather conditions, the economic situation. Every time you feel anxious, come back to this exercise. Stop complaining. The Stoics thought complaining was useless. Complaining doesn't solve problems, it only increases your sense of helplessness. In 2025, make a commitment. Every time you feel like complaining, ask yourself instead, what can I do to improve the situation? Practice inner calm. When faced with something you can't change, remind yourself, it's out of my control. Try to see it as a challenge, a chance to strengthen your patience and calmness. Practice mental exercises. Epictetus suggested imagining possible problems in advance. For example, you are going to an important meeting and you can imagine that it will not go as you planned. This is not pessimism, but preparation. If something goes wrong, you will be ready to accept it calmly. This principle is the foundation of Stoicism. It frees you from unnecessary worries and helps you focus on what's really important. Let's take an example from life. Imagine you lose your job. It's a challenge, but how do you react? If you start blaming the economy, management, or circumstances, it won't make a difference. But if you accept it as a fact and ask yourself, what can I do? You will start to take action. Maybe you start developing new skills or looking for opportunities you didn't see before. Controlling your reactions is your superpower. In 2025, make it your primary tool. You'll be surprised how quickly your life will begin to change when you stop fighting what is out of your control and start controlling what you can control. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not over external events. Realize this and you will gain power. 3. Act in spite of fear. Fear is an ancient instinct rooted in our nature. It protected our ancestors from wild animals and danger. But today, fear has become our enemy. It no longer saves us from predators. It prevents us from taking action, constrains our dreams, and keeps us in our comfort zone. We suffer more in imagination than in reality, wrote Seneca. How often do we put off important things because we fear failure? How often do we doubt ourselves and let those doubts stop us? In 2025, fear will no longer be your master. Instead, it will become your ally. Let's break down how you can act in spite of fear using Stoic wisdom. Understand the nature of fear. Fear is not an enemy. It is merely a signal, a warning that you are stepping outside the box. It's normal to be afraid when you are starting a new endeavor, making an important decision, or facing the unknown. However, the Stoics teach, fear in and of itself means nothing. It only becomes a problem when you allow it to paralyze you. Realize, fear is not a prediction of the future. It's just a thought. When you feel fear, write it down on paper. Write down exactly what you are afraid of and why. Then, ask yourself the question, what is the worst thing that could happen? When you see your fears on paper, they will lose their power. Stop being afraid of failure. The Stoics believed every failure is a lesson. Every obstacle is an opportunity to become stronger. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The obstacle on the path becomes the path itself." Often we fear failure because we think it defines our worth. But in reality, failure is a natural part of the growth process. In 2025, make a resolution instead of fearing failure. Learn from it. Case in point. Remember Thomas Edison, who conducted thousands of failed experiments before he invented the light bulb. When asked how he endured so many failures, he said, "I didn't fail. I just found 10,000 ways that don't work." Turn fear into motivation. The Stoics used a technique known as worst-case scenario imagining. When you are afraid of something, imagine that the worst has already happened. Now ask yourself the question, can I survive this? In most cases, the answer will be yes. This exercise frees you from fear because you realize, even if the worst happens, you will get through it. For example, you want to start a new project, but you are afraid of failure. Imagine the project fails. What will you do? You might try a different approach or start a new project. The important thing is to realize that failure is not the end, but part of the journey. Take action one step at a time. When fear is paralyzing, the best medicine is action. Even the smallest action breaks the power of fear. The Stoics believe that great achievements start with small steps. If you want to achieve something great, start small. Remember the finitude of time. Marcus Aurelius said, "You could be much stronger if you didn't waste time thinking about what others will say." Time is our most precious resource. Every day you spend in fear is a day you won't get back. Remind yourself, life is short. Fear takes away your most valuable asset. Don't let it do that. When you learn to act in spite of fear, you free yourself. You are no longer dependent on your emotions, you become their master. Remember, fear is not a barrier. It is a sign that you are growing. Let 2025 be the year you stop avoiding your fears and start overcoming them. Take the first step today. Even if it's small, it will lead you to a big change. 4. Develop resilience in the face of adversity. Life is not a straight line, but a winding path with ups and downs. Everyone faces challenges, but not everyone can overcome them with dignity. The Stoics believed that challenges are not obstacles, but opportunities for growth. They taught that everything that happens serves your development if you are able to look at it from the right angle. In 2025, challenges will inevitably come your way, but it's how you respond to them that will determine whether you become stronger or let them break you. Change your attitude toward difficulties. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The obstacle on the path becomes the path itself." This means that every challenge is a lesson that makes you stronger, smarter, and more experienced. When something doesn't go the way you planned, instead of complaining, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? For example, if you encounter rejection or failure, that's no reason to give up. It's a chance to rethink your approach, strengthen your skills, or gain new insights. Break difficulties into parts. When you face a big problem, it may seem insurmountable, but the Stoics advise break it into parts. Imagine you are climbing a high mountain. If you only think about the top, it may cause you to feel fearful or powerless. But if you focus on the next step, then another, the mountain becomes much less daunting. If you're facing financial difficulties, start by analyzing your expenses. Then identify where you can save money. Then think about additional sources of income. By tackling the problem step by step, you'll reduce stress and regain control. Find the strength within yourself. The Stoics believe that the real source of strength is within us. External circumstances cannot break a person who knows how to control his mind and emotions. Epictetus said, "It is not what happens that troubles us, but how we react to it." Instead of letting difficulties overwhelm you, remind yourself that you have what it takes to overcome them. Surround yourself with the right people. Difficulties become easier when you have support. The Stoics recognize the importance of friendships and surrounding yourself with people who help you grow. Look for people who inspire you, support your goals, and help you grow. They will be your support in difficult moments. For example, if you want to improve your health, find a friend who shares this goal. Training or sharing progress together will be easier and more fun. Accept the finitude of time. The Stoics often reminded themselves that life is finite. This idea should not scare you. On the contrary, it should inspire you to live each moment to the best of your ability. When you encounter difficulties, remind yourself this is temporary. Like everything in life, problems will pass. But the way you overcome them will stay with you forever, shaping your personality. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You can leave life right now. Let it determine what you do, say, and think." To develop resilience is to become the master of your life. Difficulties are not your enemy, but your teacher. Each time you overcome an obstacle, you become stronger and more confident. In 2025, make challenges your allies. Instead of fearing them, meet them with gratitude and the realization that they serve your growth. Remember, you are stronger than any challenge, and every obstacle you overcome is a step toward becoming the best version of yourself. 5. Practice gratitude and humility. In today's world, we are constantly striving for more. We want more success, more money, more recognition. But the Stoics taught happiness is not in the pursuit of something new, but in the ability to appreciate what we already have. Practicing gratitude and humility helps you find inner peace, cope with life's challenges, and see the world from a new perspective. In 2025, make gratitude a part of your daily life to move closer to true harmony. Gratitude is the foundation of inner peace. The Stoics said that we are unhappy not because we lack something, but because we don't appreciate what we already have. Seneca wrote, "He is not rich who possesses much, but he who is satisfied with little." When you focus on your blessings rather than what you lack, you stop comparing yourself to others and begin to appreciate your unique life. Embrace humility as a source of strength. Humility does not mean weakness. It means understanding your role in the larger world. Marcus Aurelius said, "You are only a human being, part of something bigger." Humility helps us see reality more clearly. It reminds us that not everything in this life is up to us, that sometimes it is better to let go of control and trust the course of events. If something doesn't go the way you planned, instead of getting angry or blaming fate, accept it with the realization, "This is part of my life and I can handle it." Stop looking for happiness in material things. The world around us says, be happy when you buy a new car, house, or phone. But the Stoics knew that true happiness is not about material things. Epictetus taught, "Rich is he who is content with what he has." If you are constantly waiting for happiness to come with a new purchase or accomplishment, you will never find it. Instead, focus on what already makes your life complete. In 2025, before you buy something or set a new goal, ask yourself, why do I want this? Will it make me truly happy? Gratitude is a cure for fear. When we fear losing what we have, gratitude helps us find peace. Remind yourself everything in life is temporary, and that's okay. Humility teaches us to be grateful even for trials. They remind us of the value of simple things: health, love, freedom. If you are going through a difficult time, instead of complaining, find something to be grateful for in that moment. It could even be the very lesson you learned from the situation. Gratitude makes you stronger. The Stoics knew that gratitude was a source of strength. When you see life as a gift, you become less vulnerable to difficulties. Epictetus said, "Don't expect things to happen the way you want them to happen. Instead, wish them to happen the way they do, and you will be satisfied." Start your day with the realization that this day is a gift. Say to yourself, "I am grateful for this moment, for the opportunity to live, learn, and grow." Practicing gratitude and humility is the path to peace and joy. In 2025, make gratitude your daily companion. Appreciate what you have and accept what you cannot change. Humility will help you see the world more clearly, and gratitude will make your life richer. Together, they will create a foundation on which you can build your best version of yourself. Remember, happiness isn't something you have to look for. It's something you have to learn to see right now. So now you know the 5 powerful principles of Stoicism that will help you become the best version of yourself in 2025. But remember, knowledge is only the beginning. True change begins with action. Each of these principles is not just words, it's a challenge. A challenge to your comfort, your habits, your past. And if you're willing to accept it, You're well on your way to changing your life. But one thing I want to tell you lastly, nobody will live this path for you. This is your year, your life, your destiny. And only you decide what your tomorrow will be like. If this video has inspired you, if you feel the desire to move forward, take 3 simple steps. First, subscribe to this channel. Here you will find even more inspirational content to help you move forward. Second, put a like if this video was helpful to you. It's a small action, but it helps us spread Stoicism further. And finally, write in the comments, which of the 5 principles has become the most important for you? And what is the first step you will take today to apply it to your life? Remember, change doesn't start with perfect conditions, but with small things. Start right now. And let 2025 be the year you finally become the person you've always dreamed of being. I believe in you.